Oh, hello. Can you all see me all right?
Yes, perfect. Uh, Thank you for taking the time to set up your space as close to an audition setting as possible. We know how difficult it can be for actors to accommodate us like that.
No problem. I found that it actually helps me focus and hold space for creativity.
That's great. Well, let's get started. Krista Salazar. Well, if you're here and Bethany let you in, that means you got her email with the sides and the production schedule.
I did, but I noticed that the play wasn't attached.
Ah, yes. That was intentional. Kelly is very protective of her work. When she's ready, she'll provide us with the draft to give to our cast.
Of course, it was exciting, regardless, to have something to prepare an audition for in a production that's not over Zoom.
That's wonderful to hear. We're really trying to make sure we can still produce shows during this time. Like, we know how challenging it can be. For your reference, I'll chat the proposed COVID guidelines for rehearsal, tech, and the recording of the performance to give you an idea of how we're keeping everyone safe. It should appear in the chat in just a few moments.
Great. Okay. Let's formally introduce you to our team since we're already talking logistics. I'm Timothy Larson, the director of this play, as well as the founder, artistic director, managing director, and education director of White Noise Theater Company. And Bethany Vaughn, our casting director, and Kelly Salato, the playwright of this nuanced and moving play.
Oh, thanks, Tim. As a woman, it's important to tell our stories from our perspective, right, Krista? I'm looking forward to hearing your take on Martina. Bethany, you'll be reading this scene with her, correct?
Yes, but before we get to that, Krista, hey, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. It's been so long. I don't think we've seen each other since that play workshop from a few years ago. Glad to see you, even though it's not in person.
Same. Yes, thank you so much for being here in this virtual setting. Just to give you some background on White Noise, we're an ensemble that aims to develop new work that's cutting edge and, most importantly, diverse. Our lives were rocked last summer after the senseless killing of George Floyd, and like many theater companies, we took that moment to revise our mission statement to be more inclusive. That is to use our space to tell the story of marginalized people, people of color, BIPOC, POC.
Yes, over the years, we just felt like there weren't enough people of color stories being told. And that's where Kelly comes in. New work. It's what's happening now. That's what makes us different.
I totally agree. It's important to tell stories from different perspectives. It helps develop our compassion for one another, and hopefully that leads us into serving our community.
Yes, sure. Take Kelly, for example, and her amazing work with us. In 2017, we produced her play Going Black to Cali. The response we got from that show was very meaningful to us and revealed that we should be telling more stories like this.
Oh, well, if you don't mind my asking, Kelly, what was your inspiration for going back to Cali?
Black. It's black to Cali.
Yeah, please tell me about that play.
I would love to. Every story I write comes from a very personal place. I wrote Going Black to Cali after a close friend from college went to jail for drug possession. She was black. I mean, she still is black. I'm sure. She's black. They let her go. Very scary.
Yeah, of course. I can't imagine the prison industrial complex.
Okay, enough about us. Let's get to this callback. Kelly, would you like to provide Krista with some backstory on Abuela's last night?
Of course I would. Thanks, Tim. I wrote Abuela's Last Night as a tribute to my nanny, Juanita. Not to get too personal, but I had a very difficult childhood when my parents weren't around a lot, so I felt like I was practically cared for by the nanny. She would tell me stories of her upbringing in Mexico, and it left a major impact on me. I feel like I'm finally at a place in my career to tell her story, and that's where this play comes in.
Great. Well, that should give you enough context.
Uh, Actually, I have one
So listen,
question.
Krista, we all watched your audition video and you made some interesting choices. Not how I would direct you, but that's what today is for. Did you have any questions before you begin the scene?
I do. What can I implement that you want to see in this reading?
Sure. Well, first off, the dress you chose for the video audition was very cute. Your little bridesmaid getup, you looked great, but that's not what this character is about. How I see her, she's not wearing the bridesmaid dress. She's just in a pink mini skirt and a pink top, very rushed. Does that give you enough?
Yep. Great. Thank you.
Fantastic. Bethany will be reading for Anne. Start whenever you're ready.
Hey, can we get some service up in here?
Martina, you don't have to be rude about it.
Will you get over yourself? They're ignoring us. We can't just
Let
let
me
them get away.
stop you right there. Think, no, what note am I trying to give? Can we get a little more sass into it? You know, give us a snap or something. Make it more urban. What happened? Is it my Wi-Fi?
If I may step in, Krista, Martina is there to help uplift Anne and bring some light to her life. And this is a pretty big day for Anne. So Martina should be full of fire, just like my nanny. Bring some of your spice into it.
Spice, like,
Like I mentioned earlier, it's basically about myself and my nanny who's from Mexico. Let's see that.
I'm confused. I must have interpreted the sides wrong. I'm sorry. The audition listing that Bethany sent, it said the character reads 25 to 35 years old, woman of color, vibrant, full of energy, very maternal.
Yes, that's exactly it. I wanted to make sure I opened it up to as many people of color as possible. That's inclusivity.
Yes, Kelly. Well, I think that's enough for another go at it. Can we take it from the top, please?
Sure, of course. Hey, can we get some service up in here?
Martina, you don't have to be rude about
I'm
it.
going to stop you again. Really punch it with the energy right from the beginning. You understand? She's a hot tamale, this one.
Well, okay. May I get some clarification? Who is this character written for?
I'm not sure I quite understand. We said this role is open to all people of color.
Yeah, I guess I'm just having a hard time conceptualizing this vision of the character. Like, I'm totally open to feedback, don't get me wrong. I just thought there was more room for interpretation, but it seems like you're looking for something very specific.
Then play that something specific.
Just to be clear, you want me to play a spicy tamale, someone who is Mexican.
Whoa. That's not what I'm asking for. Kelly, Bethany, did I say that? Did I?
No.
This is a great role regardless of who is cast.
I think it's only fair to have a discussion of who gets to play what part.
Yes, Krista, thank you. Thank you for voicing your concerns. I think, Timothy, if we can, as a team, take a moment to decide on what the best next steps are.
Fine. I guess I just don't understand what's really going on here. We're offering an opportunity for a person of color to be a part of our show. The only theater company so far to produce a show in person during this time. I don't see what's wrong with that.
If I have to do some rewrites, then I must. We still haven't seen everyone yet. I mean, we could call
Team,
in that.
please, let's just have a moment to discuss. Krista, I'm sorry, just hang tight and we'll be right back.
Sure, fine. Thank you.
Where does she get off? Just act Hispanic and get the job.
Just another moment, Krista. Krista, I think we've seen all we need to for today. Great work. We'll let you know and
Don't bother telling me what direction you went. Yes, my name is Krista Marie Ablang Salazar, a proud Filipino American. My last name is Salazar, daughter of Boyet Salazar. Our last name, a product of the Spanish colonization our ancestors had to endure in the Philippines for 200 years. You're clearly not just looking for any person of color, because that's just what we are to you. Any person not white. God. Why do I continue to subject myself to this toxic white ally bullshit?
There are plenty of other actors who are willing to work with white noise. Bethany, handle this.
Well, as a playwright, it's always an experience to see an actor's take on my work. Best of luck to you.
Bethany, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, Krista. I understand. Timothy can be very demanding and exacting with his vision.
What? No, this is beyond vision.
I think you're just upset with how the audition went. We tried our best to make sure that you were seen and felt comfortable.
How? By telling me to act Mexican?
By telling you that we revised our mission statement. I know how passionate you were about the George Floyd murder, and it's admirable your continued community outreach work. We all have had to make huge adjustments since then, and that includes auditioning more actors of color. I'm I'm sorry if that wasn't enough for you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, we're about to be at lunch, so I should go. Okay,